Hi, I decided to do Where's the Love by the Black Eyed Peas. The song addresses problems such as violence, terrorism, gangs, racism, hate, and anger. It also emphasizes the lack of values like fairness, equality, understanding, and unity. The issues that are mentioned in the song are very broad, and there is not one particular subject to be discussed about in the song. The song primarily exemplifies the theme regarding human rights through the relationship between the individual and society. They describe many of the tragedies constantly occurring throughout the world at that time. These tragedies include violence both domestically and internationally. More specifically, the song was written in 2003. They describe nations dropping bombs, children hurt, and people killing, people dying. They cite the lack of love throughout the world as the cause of these pitiful context social issue. Multiple worldwide problems are pointed out that began to occur post 9/11 and during the war in Iraq. This song was written in 2003 in response to the 9/11 terrorist attacks on the World Trade Centers in New York City, with its main theme exploring why there is so much brutal hate in the world and calling out hypocrisy. Sorry, I wrote hypocrisy wrong. Okay, and now these are some lyrics in the song. So, green is one lyric, gray is another lyric. As I'm getting older, y'all, people get colder. Most of us only care about money making, selfishness, got us following our wrong direction. So, materialism is getting more common now. Making money seems to be the most important thing in people's minds. Wrong information always shown by the media. Negative images is the main criteria, infecting the young minds faster than bacteria. Kids want to act like like what they see in the cinema. It seems here that the youth are easily influenced by the media. This leads to the rise in juvenile crimes and violent acts. Another lyric is if you only have love for your own race, then you only leave space to discriminate, and to discriminate only generates hate. This verse implies that to achieve a perfect society or to at least overcome the pitfalls of society, love for one another must come to the forefront of human relations. This would in turn end the cycle of violence and being inflicted by humans on one another throughout the world. So, tying my song to the social issue into at least two concepts. So, the first concept is deviance. And so deviance we learned is the defined as behavior which departs from the socially accepted norm. And here I thought around the world and throughout history oh no, this is also part of what we learned. Around the world and throughout history, societies and cultural groups have various behavioral expectations of their members. When people act in accordance with these expectations, they are conforming to to that group, basically. So this song was not yeah, so this song was so sorry. This song was deviant, not was not deviant. This song was deviant and was not part of the norm during that time. At that time, it was only normal to hear and see about the bad things that was happening inside the country and outside of it, which was part of the problem. The song brought about deviance and made people look at the world from a different lens instead of the lens they were so used to looking from. Crimes and discrimination. Also, the second um, concept previously covered in this course, I chose crimes and discrimination. Well, they were, so I guess that's two because it can be separate, but I just decided to put them together. Part of the many social issues that the song was talking about was discrimination of race and the lack of equality in general. Many crimes were happening at the time. Sorry, many times were also happening at the time, such as terrorism inside the country and out. So tying my song to a social science theory, um, I chose cognitive. And so basically, we learn that people can learn by simply observing others, and even if it is not an immediate change, people may change over time. It could be said if they hear new thoughts/ideas from others, it could help. It could create change as well, such as a book. And that's like my interpretation, basically. So it's not just like observing. Like if you hear new ideas, maybe over and over again, or something like that, it can help like be embedded in one's brain, which can help change their way of thinking. This song encourages change and questions the hate and animosity in the world, creating a new wave of new positive thoughts and expelling society's norm of hate and violence, which is probably something unique at that time when, period, when only negative things were being presented in the media. That was the norm in general. This song challenges that norm. The music video shows the audience of all different types of people, young and old, black and white, in unity. People seeing that this most likely reminded them that this once used to be the norm and now it's time for that change. And also, when they keep hearing that song, it's probably just gonna go probably but very viral at the time. It had millions of views now, but if they keep hearing it, this will probably like take over, and this will probably be the new norm. It's not going to be immediate, but it probably did change a lot of people over time by people talking about it, by people looking at the video and seeing the unity and stuff like that. So, what do you believe is the songwriter's perspective on the issue? And so, I believe that the author's attitude towards the topic serious and frustrated with sincere and has a hopeful mood to try to convince the people to fight for what's right and to end all forms of discrimination and hate. They are all expressing issues and saying it in a meaningful and emotional way to get listeners to understand these major problems. I believe that this message was made for everybody, trying to inspire people to be more kind as the world has enough hate. It also inspired a big social change as it was made a hashtag, where's the love, on social media. The target audience of the song is universal since it deals with a worldwide conflict trying to divide us peace. And thank you for listening to my presentation.